he's asking if we can slow things down. Like, I don't know what kind of asshole or who he thinks he is. I contemplate about how I feel, but you make it way too hard to think. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. If you haven't noticed, or not even if you haven't noticed, if you're new here and this is the first video that you've ever seen, or this is your first time coming by my channel, I haven't posted in a very long time because a lot of shit has gone down. My car was stolen. I fell into a very chill, depressive state. And in doing so, I started binge watching old TV shows. Like, for nostalgia purposes, it kind of puts me in the headspace of a better time where I didn't have to worry about bills and fucking teenage boys stealing my fucking Kia.
Oh fuck, my car's up there. I don't want my car.
You know, just of a better time. So during my depressive state, I was rewatching the Lizzie McGuire series. So if you don't know what that is, I don't know why. I don't even know how to begin to explain to you. Do y'all know who Hilary Duff is? And I say it like that because I do acknowledge that I'm kind of at the age now where there's an entire generation behind me that won't understand shit that I've gone through in my lifetime. Or gone through sounds so fucking traumatic, or things that I was able to witness in my lifetime, which is completely normal. You know, it happens from time to which is completely normal. That happens when, you know, people are born and there's technological advances. Like, I didn't grow up with smartphones and smart cars and flat screens and shit, you know? I did see it within my lifetime and I did see it before my adulthood, but there are a whole generation of people that are growing up and this is the norm for them. I remember the first time I seen a touchscreen phone, I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now? Have you ever had a TV show or a movie that you watched 1,000 times as a kid, and when you go back to rewatch it as an adult, it hits a little different? Like, be it good or bad, maybe your perspective has changed on it from how you viewed it as a kid. Maybe it's like Baby Geniuses. I remember watching Baby Geniuses as a kid thinking, yo, these fucking smart ass babies. Looking back at it as an adult, the CGI was awful. It was bad. It was real bad. My goodness. But, you know, technology has advanced so much since then that compared to what we have now, it just looks like shit. I don't know what to say. But I digress again. So there's this particular episode of Lizzie McGuire, and I'm going to find the actual season, episode, and name of the episode just so you can understand my thought process while watching it. If you want to watch it for yourself, I did see it on Disney Plus, and oh my God, my response to it now as an adult from when I was a kid watching this exact episode is so different. And the summary that I would have given as an adult from how I remembered it would be completely different had I not rewatched it as an adult, if that makes any sense. So in a nutshell, and you know what? Maybe I should tell it like I'm experiencing this shit, or I've experienced this shit, so you can understand how ridiculous it sounds as an adult. Okay, so when I was like 14, 15 years old, there was this guy that I met. So he was actually the paper boy for my neighborhood. So we started talking one day. I find out that he goes to a completely different school than me. We start hanging out, and within the span of a few days, we decided that we were boyfriend and girlfriend. And not only that, he's given me a ring to symbolize his love and affection for me. Everybody says that I'm crazy because I talk about him so much, and all my friends are on my ass all the time saying,
oh, you're obsessed with him, you're obsessed with him.
But I'm like,
that's babe, that's my man.
And like, of course I'm going to be obsessed with him and talk about him all the time. Few days into knowing each other, I have his picture in my locker. Girl, it's the real fucking deal. This is the man I'm going to marry. So one day He comes by my place and he's like, oh, we need to talk. I don't think anything of it, of course. My mom starts to look really uncomfortable and is saying shit like, well, I don't think you should go with him. I think you should stay here. And I literally have to beg this woman, please, please let me go talk to him, please. And so she's like, okay, go ahead. She leans in close. And for whatever reason, my mom's like, just take care of yourself. Like she's pitying me or something. Like she feels bad for me or something. So at this point, I'm just like, I'm going to go talk to my man. So I go to talk to my man. So he basically starts telling me that there's a girl at his school, because as I mentioned, we go to separate schools, that there's a girl at his school that he's kind of sort of interested in, and he's asking if we can slow things down. Like, I don't know what kind of asshole or who he thinks he is to put me in this position, but it's foul as fuck. He says that I can keep the ring that he gave me. I decline. I'm literally choking back tears right now, just trying to get out of here. And I'm realizing that everybody being on my ass, it was just too much. It was just too much to think about. And I didn't speak to him since. And I told him that I never wanted to speak to him again. That felt a little too authentic. That felt a little too authentic. Okay, but that's basically what happened in the episode from the point of view of our character, Lizzie McGuire. And basically, I remember watching that episode as a kid and thinking that the paper boy that she was dating was the biggest asshole. And I was like, he did our girl so dirty. But rewatching it, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. And not only that, her mom, Lizzie's mom, was like, knew that baby girl was about to get her heart broke. She knew what the conversation was gonna be, because one, you see Lizzie, she's like catching feelings like real quick, real fast. She's catching feelings, and within a matter of days, this bitch has a ring on her finger. And like, as a I don't know. I don't know if this is rule or thumb or not. It's an imaginary rule that I have. I feel like boyfriends, as far as gifts go, like, you can get me a necklace, you can get me a bracelet, some earrings even. There's levels to this shit. But a motherfucking ring, that symbolizes something. Without a doubt. She literally wore it on her ring finger, her left hand, left ring finger, and everything. And for the life of me, when I was watching this as a kid, I really thought that shit was normal. I really thought like everybody's just jealous because she has a man. And rewatching it, like I said, Paperboy did nothing wrong. He literally did the most responsible thing, felt like he was starting to catch feelings for somebody else, and he was logical about it too. He was like, yes, there's this girl, I found out that she's interested in me, we go to the same school, we live in the same neighborhood. And I could understand his thought process of being like, sorry, I thought I seen a spider. And I could understand his thought process of thinking that would be a more convenient relationship for a teenager. And you know what? I agree, especially because he's only known Lizzie for 5 days. They've only known each other for a few days. And this bitch is over here choking back tears. Do you know how long it is? How long it takes for me to catch feelings with somebody? Way more than 5 fucking days. But as a teenager, it's different. As a kid, it's different. Because it's like, I don't know, you're experiencing something new for the very first time. And so your emotions and shit and your logic, they just don't line up properly. But goddamn, I thought that shit was so fucking funny rewatching that. I was on the edge of my seat rewatching this shit because that is not how I remembered that episode. I really was like, bro, this dude is an asshole. And I'm rewatching it. And like I said, he was so logical about the whole thing. He said, 1, this girl's a lot closer to me. 2, we're moving kind of fast. Let's take a step back. He wasn't even like dodging her, ignoring her or anything. He told her straight up how he felt. And like, as an adult woman in the dating world, that's all I ever ask from these motherfucking men is tell me what's up. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me where you're at mentally. Because I feel like that's a hell of a lot better. Because he could have He could have two-timed both of them and they would have never known. They go to two separate schools. And he handled it so maturely and so well. And Lizzie is over here crying and shit, talking about some, wow. Like, she, in the fucking, like, let's talk about Hilary Duff as an actress at that age. Yo, she killed that shit. Because I felt that shit. Like, I was like, damn. I was able to view it not as somebody. I was able to understand the mom's point of view more than I was able to understand Lizzie's point of view rewatching it now that I'm older. And for me, her mom was like the tits in this situation. Like, she peeped everything immediately. I didn't peep shit at all when I was a kid. Like, it didn't occur to me that they were moving too fast. It didn't occur to me that their relationship was too intense for their age. And it was everything I could have ever asked for, as far as seeing how I've progressed as an adult in my thinking and how I choose to respond to certain situations and how I choose to handle situations. And that to me is it was a very rewarding experience because I was like, damn. Because I know people, no shade, and no shade at all, that think immaturely in that way when it comes to situations like that. Because I get it, you know what I mean? I feel like there are situations where dudes intentionally waste a girl's time. I've seen it before, you know? But I also feel like catching feelings within 5 days of knowing somebody is also fucking crazy. That is just like impossible. It's not impossible. I take that back. It depends. Like, I've seen it before where people have known each other for a short amount of time and they're able to link and be like, you know, they're able to link and they just know off bat. It is possible. But her response to it was just fucking funny because there was nothing that anybody could have told her. Like, I need to post the pictures or something of her face anytime somebody was like, hey, this is the most right now, you're doing too much right now, because her face was, it was giving, the fuck are you talking about? I know exactly what I'm talking about. And to me it was fucking funny. But there are so many movies and stuff like that, even that I've watched in high school, which wasn't that, which was that long ago. I could see my thought process being all fucked up then. But there are certain movies, books, TV shows that I watched and thought one way about it and then watched it later with more experience, more understanding of people in life, and my personal agenda, my personal takeaway. I don't know how to put it. But I say that to say, isn't that shit crazy? I recommend doing that. I recommend doing that. Just try it. That one thing that you recall specifically and feeling so passionate about, just rethink it. It's like as a kid where it's like, let's say you were really pissed that your mom wouldn't take you to go get ice cream. And then you think about it now, I'd still be fucking pissed. I'd be fucking pissed about that. That was a terrible example. Let me think of something else. I'd be pissed, but maybe I would handle it differently, you know? Because like I said, with Lizzie's situation, her thought process, or not even her thought process, but her being disappointed about the dude not reciprocating the exact same feelings for her is something that's normal to be disappointed about. It was just her response to it that I thought was really funny. And again, like, even her response, I feel like her response for her age and shit was expected. Or not even her age. Her age is a bad example. I guess her overall experience. But I digress. That is all that I have for you today. I hope you have an amazing week. I hope everything happens well for you. I hope teenage boys don't steal your Kia. And that's all that I could ever manifest for you, is positive shit. So you have an amazing day. Please watch that episode of Lizzie McGuire and let me know if I'm tripping. But damn, I digress. But anyways, okay, have an amazing rest of your day and I will see you when I see you. Bye, bitch.